What's up, DigiDestins? Today we have a market watch and we got next adventure cards hitting the market, and they're actually pretty good. So let's dive into this video and let's see what next adventure has in store for us. So like any good market watch, we start off with the Greymons, as of course I love commenting over these things because they are one of the most played cards in red, and red is one of my favorite colors in this game. But we have Greymon with the security check from the starter deck actually starting to come back down. We're getting more and more listings. We're at 35 listings, which is kind of nice for us. We really want to be at that. And then we're at $19 basically for the Tamer Party promo one. So the max rarity version is coming down just a tad bit, but it's still the most expensive one. So keep that in mind. We also have Greymon promo being a little pricier than we want, but hey, not 10 bucks ain't terrible. Then we have these Greymons. They're just relatively cheap houses. Pre-release Greymon, which is in between this and that, and then we're gonna get a third version soon, so let's keep that in mind. So let's talk about it. Next adventure signals are starting to pop up. So we got box toppers actually being quite reasonable. I mean, except for Zoe. Zoe shouldn't hold at 14. She'll probably come down to 10. Everybody's going to be cracking this set wide open, so keep that in mind. This is not terrible pricing. Emperor Greymon, as low as $8. As long as it is $8. Let's take a look. This is for pre-sale. Pro Play Games, $8. This card will tank. Don't mind me saying this, a lot of these will tank in half, but with these prices already expected extremely low, like remember when Jesmon was like $25 on pre-sale? Well, this Emperor Greymon is supposed to be equal to Jesmon as a deck, but it's like $8. Keep that in mind. Like a lot of these cards are coming down tanking. We have Lulumons, like they're 50 cents already. Ancient Aldermons, like all these things are tanking. Let's even take a look at other things. Like hopefully we can find some secrets here. So this here, $45. Guys, let me explain to you that if this is already being posted at pre-sale $45, that means he's going to drop probably the $30 to maybe $25 once the set is fully released in March. So keep that in mind, that this is not a bad pickup if you're impatient of waiting and making sure you want to have your cards in time. This is pretty solid. I mean, even taking a look at Suzanomon, $50 a piece is not bad. This card will tank pretty quickly. I'm gonna say maybe in the $30 range. None of these secrets will hold this high value, but look at that. That's relatively fair pricing, I have to say. Like, don't jump into these guns like guns a-blazing and trying to get cards, because you're gonna get upset when they cost a little too much. But some of these cards I would say are in the acceptable range almost. Like Dead or Alive should come down to 50 cents, not gonna lie. Like when these cards tank, it's gonna be really nice to see. We have Durgurumons already at $9. I mean, that's going to tank down to $1, but keep this in mind that it's relatively cheap, boys and girls. That's just what it is. Suzanomon we talked about. Lucimon Chaos Mode we already talked about. Next adventure, cases. So remember last week when it was my birthday and I recommended people to pick up? Well, you guys definitely listened. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buyers take up cases at this relatively cheap pricing. Now they're kind of a little pricier again, but I gotta say that you guys picked up what I recommended, and I'm glad you did, because now you got pretty much another box waiting for you in singles just to get what you want. Let's talk about it. Shoutmon DX has been slowly climbing, actually, and it's alternate art, by the way. Started like the 30th, and it slowly has been gaining momentum. Now it's like a $10 card. I mean, Once Shoutmon gets more and more support, and that's just a ticking time bomb, this card's just gonna get nastier and nastier. Don't sleep on Shoutmon. Once this deck becomes really powerful, you're gonna regret it. So this is going to make some break or differences. Just keep in mind, Shoutmon is a ticking time bomb for support, and he's going to cost $20 easily in his alternate art once they announce support. So we have Digimon has been slowly coming down, and right now I recommend, if you have Digimon, sell it now, because once Nationals is over, I'm going to tell you this right now, he's going to tank. He becomes less and less useful because there's going to be a second version and everybody's going to go for the foiled version, and this one becomes less sought after. This card's going to come down to cheap, and I wouldn't be surprised if this sells at $40. So move it now if you have it and make your money's worth. I recommend that. Now we have Lucemon alternate art. This card is still going down a bit, but it won't stay that way for long. Once Lucemon comes up, people will probably keep buying this card and it'll go up and up, but we have plenty of pricing. So once we probably get to we should probably see this card spike quite a bit. Like after this page, it sits at like $62. So after like the 50s, you're really close to 60s. So keep that in mind. And then regular Lucemon has been seeing some increase over. Like it was a $40 card. As I mentioned before, pick it up. And now look at him. He's back up. When he was at like its low of $40, he's now climbing back up into 43 territory, almost to $50. Once these pages go out, it'll be close to 50, and you're gonna regret not having your Lucemons. So keep that in mind. Pulsemon Double Diamond pre-release foiled. He's been like this rocky up and down kind of card. He either spikes or he doesn't. So he's coming back down a bit after his recent spike from up. So he was like at 35 at one point / 40, but now he's going around for the $30 range yet again. So keep that in mind. Digimon alternate arts. I remember this card being like $35. This card is going to keep dropping and dropping and dropping. As I told you this before, don't rush to buy this. Just let it tank. Let it go down. Pick it up when there are sales and stuff like that. This card will tank to probably like $5, maybe even 10 if I'm going to be quite honest. I would hope for go to 5, but it's going to go to 10. I'm going to be quite honest, as this thing keeps going down and down, and then pick it up when they're 10s. Then you have Alphamons here, the alternate arts. They announced Shoryuken mode or Yukin mode, and it doesn't really matter what Alphamon you're on. It really doesn't care. It just cares that you have the body underneath and stuff like that. So either or Alphamons they print in the future, so it just does its own thing and doesn't care. So keep that in mind. That Alphamon is decent. XVmon Winners Pack is holding at this $29 mark after its recent buyout earlier this last month. So keep that in mind, that this card is just mucha bucks, and it's still a great blue card. Nokia box toppers are still holding and selling around the $20 range apparently, and they are getting enough listing. We have basically this is $19, guys. Stop it with the weird shipping that throws people off because they think they're going to be undercutting, but it doesn't make sense to do so. So keep that in mind. Nokia is not $14. She is basically 18, 19 bucks. So she's going to hold that price. And as long as there's going to be more and more Gabumon or Agumon support, she's going to be a viable card, and until they reprint her. Then you have Marcus Box Topper. If your memory is 2 or less, set your memory to 3. This card is starting to go down back in price. It's not bad. We're at like 65 cents, $6.50. Not terrible. let's talk about it. Rush Trianamon is a ticking time bomb card. You might be wondering why I'm saying this. Keep in mind that Rush Tyrannomon does get Master Tyrannomon, but it doesn't get a lot more support from there on in. It needs more cards, but once they print something good for it, since this is a set way back, you're gonna need it. I know they're reprinting him is a card, chase card, I think. If I remember correctly, there is a chase card version now for him, but there's only going to be 2 Rush Trianamons in the world. You're going to have the ones from the tournament series, and then you'll have this one. Pick up these ones now. Once Rush Tyrannomon becomes playable, you're going to want this, because going back, you're not going to have enough support of this. You're going to be, this is set 1, which isn't going to get more printings. So you're going to miss out on this card if you don't pick it up now and hold on to it. It's going to probably spike to like $15 once the set drops, so that a really good Tyrannomon comes in, and Rush Tyrannomon is the priority. Let's talk about it. Lightning Joust. Those Gabubon, Pepsi Gabubon, and we have Bonds of Bravery taking this in is keeping this card expensive. It's not going anywhere. You got like $3 worth. It's a $3 card at this point. Keep that in mind. Magnadramons, after that crazy buyout a while ago, she's starting to come back down. She's finally getting closer and closer to regular 70 cents again. Keep that in mind that she's just gonna fade out after this set, so just remember that. Now let's talk about it. The July Evolution Cup cards are not getting a reprint probably anytime soon, and we're only getting one more wave of support that has an upgraded version. Like this one will get upgraded. I think a few other cards get upgraded in this, but there's nothing too crazy expensive in this. So keep that in mind that you will be having a small upgrade boost in like Lord Nightmon and a few other in like Dom Devi, I think. But outside of that, after this tournament run, we're out of this. We won't see July Evolution promo cups stuff. So these cards are going to sit as money chase cards. So keep that in mind, that going forward, you might have money sitting in your binder. Let's talk about it. Greymons had a small bump and then started dipping hard and fast. So we got $1, not terrible. I think after it's like $2 spike, being $1 is not at all bad. But once they announce a Contorsmon that works extremely well with Greymons, you're gonna want to pick it up. Devimon is another ticking time bomb, I gotta say. Once they print another Don Devi that could do a lot of crazy things, this Devimon will be more sought after. Just, it's a ticking time bomb. These are cards I'm recommending that either you hold on to a playset now or you're gonna lose out. Savior Hawkmon, it's just hovering around that $20 range, and everybody's just going to pick up their one-of copy, and then that's about it. Once it gets limited, I think this is going to flood more into the market, and that's about it. Just keep that in mind. Omni Shouts, finally reasonable pricing after a while. Remember, this was like $24, $20, but now it's coming back down like $10. It's not terrible to pick up. So keep that in mind that you want to pick those up. Megadramon is not terrible. This is another ticking time bomb in my opinion. It's always going to be good in black. Giving your megas blocker is huge, and it's always viable for that. So keep that in mind that it's only in the trial deck. There's no other higher rarity version. So just be smart. Pick up your cards when you need them. Let's talk about it. Infirmon finally hitting back in the market. And it's about $7, I gotta say. You have 15 to 15. I don't buy it at 15. That's ridiculous. Let's talk about EX Collection. Let's do a quick overview and synopsis. So Analog Youth and Machine Dramon still the most expensive cards in the set. Analog Youth being the chase card, and it's gonna hold the chase card value. Machine Dramon sitting at like $16. That's not terrible. Gabumon alternate art at 17. Agumon an alternate art at 15. Got Venom, this, that. Nothing terribly expensive, because once we get past the alternate arts, everything starts crashing fast. So analog youths at $2.15. Pick these up, hold on to them. They're not going to ever not be playable. Let's talk about pre-release cards. Flamedramon at $18. Howling Member Boost at $24. Genkamon promotes at, $13.50. Hawkmon's 10s. Flying Bullet 14s. Zord Swarmers picking up paste in $16.50. Arbormon's at, $12 bucks. You have Happy Bullet Shower at, 17. It got a nice little buyout over here under everybody's radar. Ancient Troymon, $10. Keep this in mind. There's a lot of good cards. Outside of that, we're not looking too shabby on the pricing for pre-release foil cards. The only downside, pre-release foil cards. So let's take a look. Battle Omni is Black War Growlmon, Tai Mat Ishida, Guillemon, Mega Digimon Fusion. Don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Crystal, Pyeldramon, Infirmons. As I mentioned earlier, we have Tsumimon. Probably pick those up as well if you are playing Diaboromon. Shoutmon, Z Greymon, Catastrophe Cannons, Koromon, Megadramon, Nokias, Diaboromon, $2, Absolute Blast, Rosemon, Argomon, Fake Agumon Expert. Nothing too out of the ordinary here, boys and girls. We're just taking a look. Nothing on the pre-release end. We have Kendo Garurumon, Kendo. Wow. Bumped up, taking the lead in Great Legends pre-release. It's $16 now. Bushi Agumon, Lala, Commandramons at $6.45. Anubismon, Soundbird, Air of the Dragon, Seal Dramon, Blinding Ray, War Growlmon, Dark Dramon. I should pick that up. That's a pre-release stamped. I want Commandramon Major. I don't know. Mishimon's dirt cheap. Nothing too crazy here. I'm really impressed. Marcus Damon, nothing. Dark Roars, 70 cents for the pre-release stamp. That's terrible. Nothing out of here. So guys, that's just what we're looking at. Next, let's take a final look, gander here. Alternate art Omnimons from Double Diamond are now at $900. Keep that in mind. That was a ticking time bomb. Zawart and Zawart defeats are ticking time bombs. I can see these going up just a little bit more, $10 more, but that's about it. Don't be surprised if they climb a bit. Altares is at $25, $23, not terrible. Omnimon alternate art, $60. Alternate art X Antibody is $23. Not going to change there. Zawart's at 13s, regular Omni at 9. These are slowly climbing and creeping up. Just keep that in mind. They are going up a tad bit each time. Omnimon from base set. Oh, this hurts. $6.20. And then we have July Evolution Cup stamped $20,000. Aha! Who is the crackpot that wants that? No save point? Guys, come on. Be realistic. It's got to be a 10 out of 10 if I'm spending that much money. So guys, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!